Okay, welcome back, nerds. Today we're going to be talking about arrays. A pretty basic data structure, but super powerful, super common, really useful. Not a ton to go into about them, but it's really important you understand how they work. So, really, most languages are pretty similar when it comes to a basic array. You're going to have a fixed size, the random access, which means you can grab any index in an array, you can grab immediately. You don't have to go through everything, so that's really good. Every element within the array has to be the same object, so it has to be like an int or boolean or an object, like some sort of class. Anything just has to be the same. So there's a few different types of arrays. Standard array kind of talked about. It's fixed size. It's really simple but really powerful. It also uses a linear memory addressing, which is a little more technical than I want to go into, but I just want to point it out. And we have multi-dimensional and jagged arrays. It's still a fixed size. Really, it just comes down to it's an array of arrays. Then a dynamic array. It's not fixed size. That's the main difference. There's depending on the language, it handles resizing differently. So it's going to depend on what language you're working on, how it works. So you're going to have to look into that yourself. But it lets you insert or delete anywhere in an array. But the downside is it is going to take up extra memory. And let's move on to some code. Okay, just like last time, this code has been uploaded to GitHub. So if you're curious, you can go check it out. But we have a few different classes with a few examples. Actually have some output this time that we can go through and watch. So here's just normal array, just instantiate it, tell its size, populate it. There's multiple ways to populate it depending on the language, but results may vary. And right here, we're just accessing it. Now let's go on to various multi-dimensional arrays. So right here, a 2D array, so it's going to be like an X and Y or whatever. For this example, I just made a checkerboard variable that's a nullable boolean. So it's 8 by 8. Let's see how I actually populated it. I mean, there's multiple ways this could have been done. I'm just doing nested for loops and just setting variables. And then for printing it, just going through a nested for loop again, and based on what the value is we're printing, nothing too big. Now we have a three-dimensional array. This is just showing most languages can do any dimensional size. And like it says, this doesn't have to be a 3 by 3 by 3. It could be anything. Any numbers would work, but it's going to be like a rectangle if it's like a 2D array. You're not going to have. It will make sense once I get to jagged arrays, what I mean. For populating, we're just adding letters starting at A and increasing the character, which so it'll be A, B, C, so on. Printing it's pretty much the same as before, but because this is a third dimensional array, we have three loops. And then here's a jagged array. So we're having a jagged array that's 3 by various things. And we're just populating it with a 0 just so we can kind of look at what this looks like in the console. And lastly, dynamic array. In C Sharp, there's list, which pretty much is a dynamic array, and we're going to check the size after we add some numbers, and then check a size afterwards. Okay, so let's run it really quick. See what everything looks like. Okay, first we have Hank really likes cheeseburgers. That's what we expected to show. Next, that checkerboard, it's all populated correctly, and then we just outputted it. Yeah, this is the 3D array. I don't quite know how to show in, text, but whatever. You give an idea of how it works. And then for a jagged array, you saw it's 3, but then we have the 4, whatever, 3. And then for the dynamic array, populated it, it's 5. Then we added some more, it's now the size is 10, and just outputted all the contents. So that's really it to arrays. Like I said, they're really simple, but you need like any programming you're doing, you need to understand these. This is like basic fundamental stuff. Super, super duper important. So, hope you liked the video. Like last time, if there's anything you want to learn about, feel free to comment and let me know what you want to learn about. See you next time.